Hello everyone, this is Kenton Chance of Eyewitness News and I'm in Ribishi in East St. George, in this area where a plain field was, a plain area existed or exists. And a few years ago, the MP for the area, the government, they decided to expand the plain field, and they did some work here that expanded the plain area by about 50% of what it was. Sometime before 2020, the government spent about $2 million to expand the plain area that was here. It used to be a really pretty small plain field, and then they expanded it, including building retaining walls and what have you. Then in 2023, after a weekend of especially heavy rains, the retaining wall collapsed and compromised the plain area. Then the government spent about $300,000 to clean up the rubble from the area. And last month in Parliament, MP for West Kingston, Daniel Cummins, asked a question about the plain area. And Parliament was told by the Minister of Works, Montgomery Daniel, who's also the Deputy Prime Minister, that the government would spend an additional $1.6 million to rehabilitate the plain area. And that's all well and fine. So I decided to come out here because the photographs that I had were from 2 years ago when the wall collapsed. And to be fair to all concerned, I didn't want to use an old picture to show, a picture from 2 years ago when Parliament was told that, the rubble had been removed and $1.6 million was allocated for the further development of this project. So I decided to come out here to take a look, as I did 2 years ago, to see what had taken place and what was taking place since then. And I was a little surprised when I came and I saw this mound of earth on top of the plain area. So I'm taking a walk around to see, what has actually been done since then. I thought that at least some work had been done with $1.6 million allocated to further rehabilitate the plain area and to ensure, as was the intention when this project started, that the people of this community, this East St. George community, could have somewhere to play. So they've moved from a situation where they had a very small area on which for recreation. Then it was expanded by about 50%. And then in about 3 years or so, they are in a worse position than they were before the expansion was done. And I do appreciate that when things are being done that you would suffer a little bit of inconvenience. But I think most people would say that a certain level of inconvenience is reasonable. And beyond that, not so much. I'm happy that I came out here. It was, a long drive from where I live, and I was in a community nearby. And with media economics and the type of journalism that I practice, I always tell people it's free to read, but not cheap to produce. So because I was in a adjoining community, a neighboring community, I decided to come and take a look and to see what was taking place here. And this is what is. I'm surprised. But like I said, I like to be fair to all parties in my reportage. So I wanted to come and at least get a new picture. I didn't want to use an old photograph of from 2 years ago almost, showing a collapsed wall when maybe that was not the situation here, which isn't the situation, but I had thought that maybe more work had been done to rehabilitate this plain area after that unfortunate incident in which the wall here collapsed. This is the area that I was telling you about, where the wall is compromised as a result, based on what the government has said, of the collapse of the retaining wall towards the lower end of the plain area. So there's a lot of mangled steel and concrete from the collapse. And there's this large retaining wall, a very long and high retaining wall that is, you can see from down here, some of the signs of structural failure on the wall. And it's even more evident from the top. Vehicles are driving on it. You see a lot of cracks. There are a lot of cracks in there. A lot of cracks in the wall there. And there's some bulging also. You know, there's separation here. It's in the concrete. So this area is going to be out of commission for a while, because it's going to take, it seems, it appears, quite a bit of work to get it back to what it was even before the expansion had taken place, and I think even more so to the stage at which it was after the work had been done to expand the plain area. Based on what MP Daniel told Parliament, the restroom, which is located here, and this restroom was built as part of the expansion, the improvement of the site. The restroom is not compromised. Of course, that's a good thing. The restroom isn't compromised. But the road up here is compromised. And this section of road near to the plain area is paved, but the access road, at least the one from the Prospect area, is not. So this is the area where you can see the failure of this structure. The road has buckled right in this area, large cracks, and it's caved in somewhat. So vehicles are driving on this side of the road. And as you can see, a mound of earth is on what used to be the main plain area. When I came here the last time, 2 years ago, one of the things that I had observed was the amount of water that was running on the road. But like I said, the section leading to here is not paved. As you can see, this section up ahead is not paved. So that is the situation here at the Ribishi playing field. Thank you for viewing. This is Kenton Chance reporting for Eyewitness News from Ribishi in East St. George, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Today is the 1st of April, and it's 8:29 in the morning.